All right. So, dear students, welcome once again to the new version of Cafe Culturalis. Those who are attending it regularly, they very well know that our session of Cafe Culturalis is dedicated to the world culture and making our student aware about the global culture, the global inheritance, uh, with the idea of making our students truly a global universal citizen. So here is yet another attempt with a new idea, with a new concept. And uh, this session on calligraphy by Shrabasti Sarkar is going to give us a lot of enlightenment with regard to several things. As the topic says, that she'll be talking about cultural narratives through Arabic calligraphy. But most of the time, the word calligraphy comes, most of the time the word Arabic comes, we associate it with a particular religion. We are in the habit of doing it across the globe. We are in the habit of aligning languages with religion. We are in the habit of aligning a particular art also with religion. Shrabasti Sarkar's love for calligraphy is an answer to those prejudiced people. It is basically an answer from a citizen who believes in globalization in the true sense, a citizen who believes in universal brotherhood, a citizen who believes in the friendship between religions, not the clash between religions or civilizations. So this session is going to enlighten us in that very big way. Without taking much time, I, on behalf of the management of Karim City College, the principal was supposed to be here, but somehow he got engaged and he's not here. So on behalf of our Karim City College management, our principal, and also on behalf of the teachers, the faculty members, and more especially the students who are attending this session today, we extend a very heartiest welcome to our guest speaker. Welcome, ma'am, to this session. Although it is Sunday और हम लोग सारे के सारे Sunday mode में हैं, but it's still at 11 a.m. on Sunday, so many of your students are here to listen to you. I now request our student, Saurav Mandal, a student of post-graduation semester 2 in the Department of English of our college, to begin the proceedings, please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Respected sir, esteemed guests, faculty members, and dear students. I am Saurabh Mandal, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to today's interactive talk on cultural narratives through Arabic calligraphy. A very warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guest, Ms. Shrabasti Sarkar, who has joined us today to share her knowledge and insights with us. It is now my privilege to introduce our guest speaker for the day. Ms. Shrabasti Sarkar is a lawyer by profession and currently works with the R.P. Sanjeev Goenka Group in Kolkata. She completed her BA LLB honors in 2024 from St. Xavier's University and went on to pursue her LLM from the National University of Juridical Sciences in 2025, during which she was awarded the RNG Family Group Endowment Medal by the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Beyond her professional achievements, she has a deep and sustained interest in language. She has been learning Arabic for quite few times, and over the years, her fascination with the script naturally led her to explore Arabic calligraphy. She believes there is she believes there is scarcely another language with such depth and charm, and a script so elegant. In her view, it is unique interplay between language and form that gives Arabic its distinct aesthetic appeal. Now, without taking any more time, I'll now invite our esteemed guest speaker to kindly begin today's session. Ma'am.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you so much to the organizers for inviting me here today. I hope my audio and video is clear.
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Thank you. So, it is not often that people get invited to talk on something that they pursue as a hobby. And I am very grateful. It is very gratifying to see that a college of eminence respects art not just as an ornament, but also thinks of it as a tool for intellectual engagement. So, as you all heard in my introduction, I'm a lawyer by profession, so I pursue calligraphy as a hobby. So, because it is a personal pursuit, my talk today will also be layered with personal accounts alongside, of course, broader cultural observations. So, you see, I come from a Bengali family, and as the impression goes, people in Bengal are anyway very interested in art forms. So we have a lot of music, uh, a lot of films, and dance forms here. So at a very young age, we are introduced to art forms, and the interest grows thereby. So in the household that I grew up in, and in my immediate social circle, I did not have much exposure to Arabic as a language or even the script for that matter. But it did not keep me from appreciating other art forms because in my house, I have a lot of other artifacts. Like whenever my father is a journalist by profession, so whenever he used to go to some places, he used to bring back, um, you know, little artifacts like handicrafts from Bokaro or Madhubani paintings for that matter. So my appreciation for what's nice, for what's aesthetic, began from a very early age. Um, so I began learning Arabic in 2021. So it has been a number of years that I've been learning this language now. And although my introduction to the abjad group of languages like Arabic, Urdu, Persian began with Urdu. So I started learning Urdu in 2019, and many of us, I think, those of us who do not really understand the script, who cannot read in that script, will still know the meaning when something is told to us in Urdu, because Urdu is very similar to Hindi. Anyway, um, the languages that I grew up with, English, Hindi, Bengali, um, these are written in Abugida scripts. So from Abugida script, I noticed a prime shift to Abjad script when I started learning Urdu. And thereafter, my passion for Arabic began. So initially, you see, when we look at Arabic, uh, the script I'm talking about, uh, it is so inherently fluid. Uh, you can you cannot help being pleased with it because in the languages that we generally speak in at home, English, Hindi, and Bengali, and in our social circle, there isn't the concept of conjunct letters. No, we have conjunct letters. We do not have connected letters. So in Arabic, the fact that we have the letters in definite forms and shapes because the shape changes with its position, initial, middle, and towards the end, the fluidity increases, and so does the aesthetic appeal. So, Arabic calligraphy, if I delve a little into the history, I wouldn't be talking about it much because this is anyway Wikipedia stuff. So, it started in ancient Iran and Persia, Iran and Iraq, mostly Iraq. So the first kind of Arabic calligraphy is in Kufi script. If you try reading the Kufi script today, for those of you who know Arabic, you might find it very difficult because the script is extremely geometric and it does not have the kind of flow that we see in modern calligraphy. From the Kufi script, the current even the Mus'haf is written in Naskh. So Naskh is a popular calligraphy form that is used today, and I think the most recent form is the Sulus form of calligraphy, which is more dramatic and visibly more appealing. So I started because I started pursuing it as a hobby. I wasn't all that prepared. That I did not have the requisite tools and everything. I started writing with ball pens and gel pens first, and I saw that I couldn't make the desired look. Whatever I was seeing on screen, ball pens and gel pens did not really give that look. So I moved on to roller pens, and I saw that although the strokes were thickened, they weren't still up to the mark, which is why thereafter I thought of purchasing a set of chisel nib pens. So when I talk about this chisel nib pens, I'm talking about marker pens. So not really the kind of markers that you use on the board, but then they are not, like bamboo columns. Anyway, so when I started writing with the chisel nib pens, I realized that they were the most befitting type for writing any script which we would consider as an abjad script, Persian, Nastaliq scripts, Persian, Urdu, etc. So after that, because like even Sir said in the introduction, I really did not have that rigid notion of what's mine and what's thine. I really wanted to explore more outside my comfort zone. I went on to pursue. I basically, started reading the Quran more. It helped me in two ways. Not just did it help me in learning Arabic as a language better, it also helped me write the script in a more lucid format. So I got this Tracing Quran book, and you know how YouTube and Instagram algorithms work. If you look at one video, then they'll pump similar videos onto your feed. So I started looking up similar videos online, and I developed an interest in how the Nas script was written, and I purchased this Tracing Quran book. It's basically the Mus'haf only, but the print is a little lighter so that you can trace over it. And it definitely helped me in bettering my handwriting, and it gave me a sense of comfort that I did not really find in anything else. And I am a stationery lover myself, so of course that all matters to me. So I think that Tracing Quran had a very profound impact behind me actually going forward and pursuing and trying to, I wouldn't say pursuing, trying to do the Sulus calligraphy. So another very important mention that I would want to make here, you see, language is something that cannot stand on its own. It is an abstract idea. And for language to survive, you need people who speak in that language. Which is why, and very unfortunately so, you wouldn't find many people who speak in the Aramaic language today. And Aramaic is, as many historians tell, the language of Christ. So it's not Hebrew, it's very similar to Hebrew, but not exactly Hebrew. So you wouldn't find many people, even Christians, who speak in the Aramaic language. You wouldn't find many Hindus who know the Sanskrit well. So Islam is the patron of the Arabic language. When you are thinking of learning about Arabic, you cannot really separate the two. They will come at crossroads. Because you have Islam, because you have a group of 2 billion people trying to preserve the language, you have Arabic art forms developing still today. Anyway, so because I had this in mind that I would develop on my calligraphy, I went on to purchase this set of bamboo columns. So when I saw it online, I thought that no, this is a very alien thing, and because I do not have a teacher who teaches me calligraphy, I thought that how much can I cope up with just looking at videos and everything. Anyway, so my initial attempts were very flawed because the tool kits matter a lot when you do calligraphy and any other art, for example. Um, so the right kind of paper, the right kind of pen, and the ink choice, all of that is very important. You see, as a language enthusiast, I have tried learning other languages as well. And I, in particular, have a thing for those languages which have a very distinct script. Because while learning a language, I want to look forward more to writing in that script than speaking in the language, which is why Mandarin as a language attracted me very much. So many people who are language enthusiasts or not, they have a natural pull towards those languages which they find similar to the ones they speak in. So the more familiar the language is to English or their mother tongue, they will choose that language over one which is not so familiar. But my preference has always been whether the script is nice or not. Uh, which is why even while learning Mandarin, I have done till HSK level 2. So HSK, for those of you who do not know, this is a testing form. Basically, you have multiple HSK levels. HSK is basically the testing exam for non-native speakers who want to speak Mandarin. You have to level 6. I think they have upgraded to level 9. Whatever. The Chinese characters, they appeared very enthralling. And which is why, even while writing Chinese characters, I had this in mind, that the correct tool is very important. And I then purchased this set of fluid nosuke pens. Fluid nosuke is generally used for, they are brush tip pens. They are used for writing that group of languages. So Chinese, Korean, Japanese, all that. So here as well, when I purchased the bamboo columns, I was very careful that the ink should be fine and the paper should be nice. But because I did not have a teacher and I was not all that set, I did not have the lika, which is, for those of you who don't know, it is basically a small piece of thread. It can be of silk or of cotton, which they put in a container. And when they use the brush tip pens, they after dipping it in the ink pot, they put it on the liquor so that the ink flow is more consistent and you do not have a blot on the paper. I did not have access to that. Anyway, initially it wasn't that fine. I still think that I have a long way to go, but I saw that once I did it consistently, I developed on it. And I have been on my Facebook page and other platforms. I have been posting a little on Arabic learning and asking people, those of them who are interested, to join me in learning Arabic. So some of them have reached out to me, wanting to know, whether they will be able to learn just by looking at YouTube videos or not, if that is enough, because they do not have access to teachers. And I tell them that, you see, I think it's not a very compact excuse in today's world to not know a thing and shy away from it. Basically, everything is just one click away. So if you try, you can actually learn the language just by looking at YouTube videos. You might not have a person to interact with. For that, you need a co-learner. But then everything doesn't need an institutionalized platform for you to learn. So yeah, going back to bamboo columns, when I first started writing with it, of course, the strokes weren't that fine. But like I mentioned, the first idea that I had when I thought that I would be using bamboo columns is that this is a very alien thing to me, and I'll be using it for the first time. But when that parcel came to my house and I opened it, I immediately struck a chord, and I'll tell you why. And this is where the cultural assimilation happens. You see, In our Bengali households, Saraswati Puja is a very important function in Hindu households. So, in my childhood, I have seen basically my grandmother used to ask me to do this. On the day of Saraswati Puja, our elders kind of discourage us from reading and writing on that day because Saraswati is perceived as the goddess of education. So we are asked to keep our books in copies before her so that she can bless it. And the next day, when the puja is done and every other ritual is completed, we take the books from the pedestal. So before we take our books, my grandmother used to ask us that you will take something called the khagir column. Khagir column. Khag is basically bamboo only. So in Bengali we call it khagir column. So we were asked to dip those pens, bamboo pens, in an ink potion, and the potion was basically a mixture of milk and something, and we used to write our wishes, whatever we wanted, on leaves and submit it before the idol, thinking that our wishes will be fulfilled. So when I looked at the bamboo columns, it immediately reminded me of what I used to use in childhood, and it was exactly the same thing. So it is not that the bamboo columns is just used for Arabic calligraphy. The same version, the same variety is also used in Hindu households during Saraswati Puja rituals. So if you explore, you would know that there is a lot of similarities and a lot of assimilation. And pursuing Arabic calligraphy, when I started posting it online, I've been doing it in close quarters for a while before I decided to put it on Facebook. Mostly, I have seen a divide in the response, albeit thankfully the response has always been majorly positive, but then I know it personally how the divide is. You see, it is a very obvious outcome, I would say, that people who, when they see something that is alien to their ideas or to their bubble, they move away from it initially. And then if they find it reasonable, they jump back. So from the feedback that I have received, while there have been many people who they are the first timers here, so they haven't seen Arabic calligraphy before, or maybe they haven't gotten the desired exposure much. Many of them have been very pleased, and they have reached out to me personally in WhatsApp or in other social media platforms, or even when I meet them in person, talking to me about how pleased they have been with this and their eagerness to know more about it. And there was another group, of course, who cannot match the optics because they don't really see the connection with, between a person with a name like mine pursuing Arabic calligraphy. So I would, of course, want to concentrate more on the positive side. And I'll just give you an instance how it can touch people, how people's appreciation for art can take them onto exploring stuff that are outside their social realm. Last year, I had a major surgery, and my surgeon, you can understand that a surgeon doctor, how busy his schedule is, and you can understand that the kind of work that he performs, it is so intensive and so grave that to think that he can make out time to appreciate art is, audacious at best. So I remember my surgeon when he walked into the room, and my father had told him that I'm interested in Arabic and Arabic calligraphy. He asked me, can you write my name in Arabic? And I did, albeit it was merely a scribble. He thought, oh, you're really fluent in this language. Can you give me the paper? And I told him then that once this entire hospital episode is done, I'll do an Arabic calligraphy of your name and gift it to you. I did. And it was a very busy day, the day on which I gifted him that writing with his name on it and a thank you message in Arabic and in calligraphy. It was a busy day, and I thought that, okay, fine, maybe he wouldn't have time to appreciate, but then he wanted it, and I gave it to him. A few days later, he sent a photograph to me on WhatsApp, wherein he had that art piece framed. So when we talked about it, he told me that just before my surgery, he had gone to Egypt and he saw that Arabic calligraphy, Sulus font, in a lot of mosques there. And he was so happy. He really wanted to buy one, but he did not make up time. And when he found out that I could do Arabic calligraphy, and when I gifted it to him, he was over the moon with it, and he kept it framed. So this was just to state that people can get attracted to art forms. I mean, many people have the soft corner for anything that is aesthetically appealing, be it journaling, be it stationery, or not just Arabic calligraphy in any other language, paintings, pottery, art crafts. All this then, maybe it started off on an interest towards art. But when you proceed with it, when you delve deeper into it, you can be more informed about the culture. So that is what is helpful. We are converting our passion of art into something that is productive. And the productivity lies in here that we are getting to know about stuff which are otherwise kept away from us, which do not form a part of our imagined social circle. Now, you see, the notion that Arabic is language of the Muslims is not altogether incorrect, because like I told you, if we look at it from a positive point of view, that Muslims have been the patrons of Arabic language. Had they not preserved it, had they not spoken in this language for centuries now, had they abandoned it and found their whatever religious texts and all of that into any other language, then Arabic would have the status of Aramaic now. So of course, you have a relation between religion and the language, but why shy away from knowing? I mean, when you can. Somebody asked me last day that I want to learn Arabic as a language and see and perceive it only from that angle. And I told that person happens to be an agnostic, and I told that person, what is the harm if you know another perspective? So it's like opening the world to more waters. Opening your mind to more waters. So, of course, speaking about diversity, the DNA of India lies in diversity. And India, I would say the world lies in diversity. So the more you know about other cultures and other art forms, your perception gets bettered. I know it might come across as a little blunt or a little cross, but I believe that even today, in India especially, for those, of course, I'm not mentioning everybody, of course not, but for many of the people who follow the majority religion, their idea of the religion followed by the minority groups in India is very shallow. They want to put, people into silos. They want to go by what's comfortable. So, because it's Ramadan now, there are so many in my social circle whom I see. They think that Ramadan is about fasting, which is about. And once the fast breaks, it is about good food, and that's pretty much it. So, this is a very shallow perspective. If you really want to go beyond your whatever you have been taught as a child and want to explore more, you need to delve deeper into the essence, into what matters. So calligraphy has basically helped me understand, because through calligraphy, whenever I'm doing calligraphy, I'm reading maybe a verse of the Quran or a proverb in Arabic or something that is only understandable to those who are well acquainted with Arabic culture. I'm reading it and I'm knowing more about the people who belong to that culture. So, uh, I would say that instead of always concentrating on the shallow perspectives, on what's easy, on what's socially acceptable, if we look out beyond and if we try to learn more and appreciate more, I believe that that would help us all. Um, Another thing, well, um, Arabic, um, because of course this session is about Arabic calligraphy, and I need to keep that in perspective. But I would just say that you know try to learn Arabic as a language also. Why it is I would just say why I put this point across. It is because Arabic language and Arabic calligraphy, both of them are very intrinsically, not only they are related, but also they are very helpful in developing your patience levels. Arabic grammar, I tell this to my friends that there is no easy way of learning Arabic. It is not to discourage you, but it is to tell you that Arabic grammar um, is extremely rule intensive. And, once you get hold of one rule, and the next year, so you have to maintain a lot of patience with the strokes and with the marks. I think both of them helps a person in developing their patience levels and in making their mind sharper. I do not know about the reference and all of that, but I had heard one quotation from, it was attributed to him. I'm talking about the second caliph, Umar ibn al-Khattab. I had read this somewhere that he had told you should learn the Arabic language because it strengthens your mind. And I do not know the veracity of the statement and how true it is, but definitely, if I am supposed to reflect on it, I would say that that is very true in my case, because not only does Arabic grammar help you in making your mind sharper, but it also helps you in building on your patience levels, and so does calligraphy. So I would say that please, I understand that people can have scarcity of resources, people can fall short of time, but I think it is a matter of shame today if we say that we do not know more than one language and if we have availability to all resources. So learn more than one. I'm not saying that you have to be proficient in multiple languages and be able to speak in all of them without making a single error, but make an attempt to learn languages with which you find a connect, be it through art or be it through hearing, just by hearing, or maybe it is the mother tongue of your role model. Learn that language as well. So what the essence of this is that when you appreciate when you start appreciating a language, when you delve deeper, you understand how much that language, you might think initially that it is alien to us, but then when you start delving deeper, you realize that there are so many words that are borrowed into your mother tongue or the languages that you are fluent in from that language that you're learning now. So you start observing the cultural assimilation there, and you start appreciating, you know, the boon of having a lot more variety and a lot more diversity and exposure to a myriad, um, myriad set of cultures, and you begin to, be, have more profound perspectives, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saurav. Saurav,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you may take the questions if there is any.
If anyone has a question, please feel free to raise your hand and we will be taking them one by one. Anyone?
Kanak,
Yes, ma'am.
please.
Good morning, ma'am. Am I audible?
Please.
Ji. Ma'am, I want to ask that as you said that you are a lawyer, so how you are maintaining your profession and instead of that learning this calligraphy?
Uh, Shrabasti ma'am, are you here? मेरे ख्याल से the connection is lost. She's trying to join. Yes, she is here. Connect, repeat your question once again.
Yes, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I just want to ask that you said that you are a lawyer by profession. So how you managed to learn this calligraphy aside with your profession? Means it doesn't do hassle.
Fortunately, it doesn't. And I think that when you are really interested into something and you want to put your mind and head into something, you will find out time. So I work in a place where we have the weekends off. So of course we get our Saturdays also along with our Sundays. And while it is difficult to manage, time in the weekdays, but you know, you can always compartmentalize your interests. I look forward to one because I have the other. So when I go for work, I'm all ready for it. And when I leave work, I know that there is something of my interest waiting for me back at home. So I think that one can manage time easily. At least for now, I can. So I'm happy about that.
Thank you, ma'am.
श्रवस्ती मैम, मुझे एक सवाल पर ये करता है, sometimes it arises interest के Arabic calligraphy or say calligraphy, the time we utter this word calligraphy, तो सब लोगों का mind basically एक image की तरफ जाता है, that is the Arabic image, the Arabic script. हम हिंदुस्तानी भाषाओं के लिए कैलीग्राफी को अगर अटेम्प्ट करने की कोशिश करें, say for example, why not Bangla, why not any other Indian languages, tribal languages? So what is your take on this? कि हमारी जो हिंदुस्तानी भाषाएं हैं उसमें if we can do develop this art of calligraphy in Indian languages.
Yes, definitely we can do. And the thing that you mentioned, the point to note here is the word develop. You see, Arabic is being taught in a very institutionalized format over years now, because we know about the Madina Arabic readers. the V. Abdul Rahim's books. So he was a Tamil, but then he went on to learn Arabic and author those books. So the point is here that languages like Mandarin or Arabic, because they are very popular. Arabic is the fifth most spoken language in the world. Mandarin is the first. You have a lot more institutions which are promoting and developing on this. For Indian languages, we do not have those institutions yet. And what, the perception that this is normal script and this is in calligraphy. We do not have this distinction also set out right now for Indian languages. Even if I'm talking about Bangla, even if I'm talking about tribal languages, it is even more difficult because, how many of us go out of our way and study the tribal languages? Even if we are talking about the mainstream languages in India, we do not have this idea of calligraphy developed for these languages. So yes, if institutions are working towards it, then we can hope so. But if we think of calligraphy, as you told, we generally do not associate it with languages like Bangla. Well, it can be written beautifully, of course, but the notion of calligraphy isn't profound so much in Indian languages as it is for other languages which are spoken at a much broader level worldwide.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other question, please?
I have a question, ma'am.
Ji,
Can a
please.
future career be built in calligraphy?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Can a future career be built in calligraphy?
Future
Career.
career. Future
Career,
career.
career.
Okay. Future career. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. There are so many calligraphers, especially if you see in Turkey, if you see in Iraq, they build a fortune out of this. I mean, they sell their paintings for, $1 million. So of course you can build a home, your future on calligraphy, but of course that's a lot of work because you have to understand that your audience, at least for the time being, is not very big. You cannot hope that everyone will appreciate your art form and everyone will understand your art form, because even if they appreciate it, they might not want to keep it as a wall hanging maybe. So then your audience gets limited. So whether you can still consider it as a lucrative option in India or not is a matter to debate upon. Had you been in Turkey, I would have definitely encouraged you further.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is, why is calligraphy considered a sacred art in Islamic culture, and how it is connected to the writing and preservation of the Quran?
Oh, well, see, when Quran, as far as my humble knowledge goes, Quran was, when it was initially revealed, you did not have it in written form. So people learned it for years. If you talk about the companions and if you talk about the leaders of Islam, all of them learned it just by hearing the others' recitation. So it was all memorized. Writing came much later. I think there was this battle when many of the companions died, and the second caliph, Umar, he instructed the other companions to basically, because many of the people who know the Quran by heart, they are the Hafiz, they died in that battle, to now put it in written form, and from there writing the Quran started. And again, if I'm right, then Ali ibn Abi Talib, he was one of the first scribe of writing the Quran, which is why I think it was written in the Kufi script, because Kufa is in Iraq and his capital was also in Iraq. And then, of course, I believe that this is about aesthetic appeal also. When it was decided to go from, when it was decided that the Musaf that we find today will be written in Naskh. So, of course, there are a lot of debates also, I think, that it's better if we write the Quran in Naskh only, because that is not only more aesthetically appealing, but it is also very readable. even to people, because so many people, even if they are of other religious dispositions, they want, just for the purpose of knowledge, just for the sake of knowledge. Many students today of what is the subject called? Comparative religion want to read the original text. It will be easier for them to read from the Nas script. So of course, it is of much value, calligraphy, and preserving the original texts of the religion.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there any other question? All right. Saurabh, I think we should proceed.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that enlightening and thought-provoking session. Your insights into Arabic calligraphy and its cultural narratives have truly broadened our perspectives and deepened our appreciation for the beauty of language and script. It was indeed an enriching experience for all of us. Now I would like to invite Ms. Mubina Begum, Secretary of the Society for the Promotion of Art and Culture, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to all. On behalf of SPARK, Society for Promotion of Art and Culture, and the PG Department of English, I, Mubina Begum, Assistant Organizing Secretary, have the privilege of proposing the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Shrabasti Sarkar ma'am, for her insightful and engaging session through the Arabic calligraphy. Ma'am, your thoughts truly enriched our understanding of language, art, and culture on this occasion of International Mother Language Day. I also like to express our heartfelt thanks to the convener of SPARK, Dr. Asim Yahya Ibrahim sir, for his continuous guidance and support in organizing such meaningful program. I also like to thank all the faculty members and the organizing team for their presence and cooperation and making this event a successful one. And lastly, my sincere thanks goes to all the students who joined and participated with great enthusiasm and made this event lively and meaningful. Once again, thank you so much to all, and thank you for being a part of this wonderful session. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.